Yes. Good evening. Thank you guys for tuning in to the Chelley Roy Show. I am your host, Chelley Roy, and I hope you guys are having an amazing week. We have a great show lined up for you guys. As a matter of fact, I take that back. We have a packed show lined up for you guys. I hope you guys are being safe and sanitized. I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. Did you guys in the audience have a great Thanksgiving? Yeah. Awesome. I had a great Thanksgiving too, you guys. When I tell you I ate good with a T, I ate really good. So much so, I gained at least about 10 pounds, seriously. But no worries, thanks to my liquid lipo, I was able to get that off. Liquid lipo, we're sponsored by the liquid lipo. Chelley Roy Show is sponsored by Liquid Lipo, where you could lose up to 1 pound a day. So thankful to that, I was able to get the weight back off. So I know this was a weird kind of holiday year with COVID going on and everything. But what's most important, and I think we can all agree, is that we're all thankful to have one another. We're all thankful to have our lives. So I want to give a thanks to my sponsors, because my sponsors are very important. We're sponsored again by Liquid Lipo, where you could lose up to 1 pound a day. The Chelley Roy Show is also sponsored by Built on Survival Skills. And I also have to give it up for my amazing team here. You broadcast media, without these guys, the Chelley Roy Show would not be possible. I also have to give it up to We the Chic and her team for this wonderful design, Xmas holiday set here behind me. Couldn't have done it without her and her team. I want to give a special thanks to Aubrey Young for the Chelley Roy intro. I also want to give a special thanks to my makeup artist, Miss Amber Singletary. Also want to give a special thanks to my photographer, Mr. Steven Tucker. Can't forget my mentor, Mr. Long. And I also want to give a special thanks to my executive producer, Delmas Luther, who rides for me and who helps make this show what it is. And then last but not least, again, thank you so much to my UBM family. So before we go to a break, we have a packed show lined up for you guys. We have Miss Christina Johnson from Atlanta X's. We have Miss Glam herself, Josie Valdez. Yes, give it up, guys. And we have Grammy nominated hitman producer himself, Mr. Chucky Thompson. Yes. Right after the break, you guys. Thanks. Thank you.
The Chelley Roy Show. Welcome to the Chelley Roy Show. You're now tuned to the Chelley Roy Show. Walk in, mom, people know anything less is unacceptable. The Chelley Roy Show. Welcome to the Chelley Roy Show. You're now tuned to the Chelley Roy Show. Walk in, mom, people know anything less is unacceptable.
Thank you. Welcome back to the Chelley Roy Show. My next guest joins me all the way from Atlanta. She is a motivational coach. She is a life coach. She's also been seen on Atlanta Exes. You guys help me welcome my first guest, Miss Christina Johnson. Welcome, Christina. Welcome.
Hi there. How are you, Chelley?
I'm doing well, friend. How are you?
Hey, friend.
Hey, friend.
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
No,
This is
thank you
awesome.
so much for being here. Listen, I feel like I have so many questions within a short amount of time.
Okay.
Before we get into your story, I just feel like I connected with you on so many levels through your journey of Atlanta Exes. And like I would always say when I would reach out to you, you've always been very inspiring and very motivational. And I just needed you to know that you always inspired me. No matter what I'm going through, you know, being an entrepreneur and trying to push businesses, sometimes it's a little difficult and it's hard to push. And I just want you to know that keep doing what you're doing, because when you come down my timeline, it definitely helps. It makes a difference.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
That's such an honor. Thank you for saying
Absolutely.
that.
Definitely. So tell everybody who Christina Johnson is and what's your story.
Wow. Okay. Christina Johnson. I am from Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm a country girl.
Yeah.
I was born and raised in Charlotte, but I've been in Atlanta for over 20 years. So everybody says I'm a peach now. I'm an ATLN. So
love
I've been
it.
here since the 90s. And I am, wow, my story is so extensive.
It is.
A lot of the healing that I've done came from a very hard past.
Yes.
So, you know, I grew up, I was a single mom. My father didn't claim me, so I looked for, you know, that attention in boys, very promiscuous girl. Had 2 kids, one at 16, 19. Just really used what I saw growing up as my definition of love.
Yes.
It took me a while to understand that that wasn't love.
Right.
And I had to get through that, because a lot of times when you see abuse, you either become the abuser, or you become a victim, which I feel like victims don't survive, or you become a survivor. And I'm a survivor of abuse. And you know, I've been married before, divorced. Everybody knows I did Atlanta Exes. So I was married to CeeLo Green. We got married very young, raised 3 children together, and we're still amazing friends, and we're still great co-parents, even though our children are grown now.
Yes, that's amazing.
But yeah, so, but holding on to resentment and anger and things like that made me ill. So a lot of people know my story as far as going through Graves' disease, almost losing my life from complications of Graves' disease, and understanding that my body was making tumors, and it was an outward example of what was going on the inside of me.
Right.
And so that's a lot of work, a lot of soul searching, a lot of forgiveness,
Healing.
A lot of crying and pain.
Of course.
A few surgeries.
Yeah.
And I almost died. And so I just remember telling people about recently, because I just put it on YouTube today, my entire story, but I had surgeries, and I remember the doctor was describing my death to me. I was going to die because my kidneys were failing. My right kidney, I had tumors so big, they were pushing my organs out of the way.
Wow.
And my right kidney started shrinking. My left kidney got bigger to overcompensate. And I was dying, and I remember sitting in the car crying, and God was like, are you going to believe the word of man, or are you going to stand on my promises?
Yeah.
And from that day, I started to just say thank you. Thank you for my healing. Thank you for everything that I'm going through and what it's doing for other people. There were people praying who usually don't pray. Just because they didn't want to see me, you know, in pain and going through this or leaving here. So it did a lot for not only me, my family, but the people around me that I was connected to.
Right.
And so I've always been a coach. I mean, even as a
I
young
love
person,
that. I
it was
love
just
that.
in me to always help my friends through a lot. a lot of things that was going on in their homes. And so after Atlanta X's, I became a coach. I started life coaching, and it's been amazing, an amazing journey for me.
And I can
But I'm a
believe
serial
that.
entrepreneur. Like, that's what I do. Like, all day today, me and my business partner, Falia Carter, have been sitting in the, we didn't even work in the office today. We sat in my house on the sofa and got it in. Like,
Right.
we worked from sun up to literally sun down, because I also am co-owner along with Falia of an amazing interior design firm called
I saw that. I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah.
Before we get to that,
Chelley, for real. Like, my days are filled with doing what I love.
yeah. No, I appreciate that, and I appreciate you sharing your story, and that's such a humbling thing to do, and share with the world your experience, and that was a huge battle that you overcame. And I did some research, and I saw that you have a jewelry line, which kind of spun off of you dealing with your battle and your illness with grave disease, where you talk about it was more about faith and healing for you. Talk to us a little bit about your jewelry line. I think it's Faith of a Mustard Seed, which I've been trying to get the necklace myself, but give us a little bit more information about your jewelry line.
So I started making these necklaces, praying over these necklaces. I would sage them, pray over them, and then send them out with thank you cards. And it's a little vial, and inside of it,
Beautiful.
You can see a tiny little mustard seed.
Beautiful.
And it's just a reminder of how powerful our faith is.
Absolutely.
And even though I pray over them, I always tell people, like, it's already in you. This is
Absolutely.
a reminder of what you already carry. Matthew 17:20 says that if you have faith of a mustard seed, you can tell a mountain to move from here to there,
Absolutely.
and the mountain will move. You can move mountains
I agree.
out of your way. So this is a representation of that. I also have these beautiful charm bracelets with mustard seed on them.
I saw
and,
that.
like,
Very beautiful.
yeah, empowering words. So it's just,
I
for
love
me,
it.
it's
I
a
love
lifestyle.
everything that you're doing. Very, very inspiring, very inspirational and motivating. There's so much. So you were married to celebrity and singer CeeLo Green. What was that like, being married to such an amazing singer, writer, producer? And how is it that he was able to motivate you, or what ways was he able to motivate you?
Well, it was amazing because we became friends first. Like,
Yeah.
from the night that I met him until we got married, even, we were together like almost every day if he wasn't on the road. He was like, and still is, one of my close friends.
That's
I
awesome.
always tell him he's one of my greatest teachers.
Yeah.
When people, not only when people are good to you and they give you wisdom, but when you grow through things with them and
Absolutely.
you guys bump heads and you go through things, this is teaching you how to become stronger. I tell people all the time, go through the hardships with your eyes wide open, because that's where the good stuff lies. That's where your resilience, your power, your
I
strength
agree.
comes from.
I
So
agree.
I tell him that all the time. He was one of my greatest teachers. One of the greatest lessons I know that I learned from Lo, I call him Lo.
Yeah,
is
that's fine.
I would see him, like, on a keyboard hitting one note, and then that one note turns into 5 notes, and then all of these notes turn into a song, and then the words come after.
Amazing.
And I could walk in a store, and I was there from the first notes,
Yeah,
where something was made out of nothing.
that's
And
amazing to
he
actually
was
witness that.
fearless in doing that, because his natural style is different. It's kind of like me too, which was one of the things we gelled on, is that we both were alternative.
Yeah.
We both had different styles. We both were beautiful people, but oddly beautiful, not necessarily where you would be like, oh yeah, this is stereotypically what the world would say is beautiful.
Right.
But it's amazingly beautiful.
Right.
So, you know, we had things in common, the way that we dressed and the way that we carried ourselves and our fearlessness and our courage. And I was able, as his friend and then his wife, and now his ex-wife and co-parent, to pour into him as well. So
That's so
where it
amazing.
seemed like, oh, you must have got a lot. It was like, no, I wouldn't let my then husband leave the house without feeling empowered. Feeling like
Absolutely.
you fine as Denzel. You know?
That's amazing. That's amazing
So
that you guys
yeah,
can still,
we were friends, so we poured into each other. You know, we
yeah,
shared our life experience. We grew up together because when
I
I
love
met
it.
him, he was young, and I'm a little older than him. But
I so admire that.
yeah,
Because,
so we put everything aside,
yeah.
grew up. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
For
no,
our
I so admire that. It's important, to be example to, your children and your family that, even though you enter into a relationship or union, sometimes it may not work out, but people still have value. So I appreciate the fact that you guys can continue to be an example, continue to have a great relationship, and continue to be friends. That's so very important, so very important. Talk to me a little bit about the process of Atlanta Exes and how that came to be in terms of you being a co-star on the show.
Well, the creators of the show called me on the phone, and that was actually before my third surgery. So I was having surgeries back to back every year. And the
Okay.
last time I was ill, they called. And I was like, well, first of all, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not a big reality TV watcher.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to bring any drama. I guess I was really giving them every reason not to use me.
Yeah. And it didn't
Like,
work.
the only way I'm going to do it
Yeah.
is if you allow me to be 100% myself. I don't know about being anybody else. I enjoy Christina. I know how to do Christina better than anybody
I
else.
love your
I'm great.
personality. I love that you stood
Thank
up
you.
for what you believed in and you stood for something. So, like I said, I definitely connected with you on the show on so many levels and basically watch you flourish, coming out of a difficult relationship where you've spent with someone, more than half your life and just watched you, grow into this motivational speaker and the influencer that you are. So I
thank you.
definitely admire that for sure.
Thank you so much.
Definitely. Also, what was the process in terms of the design investment? Give us a little bit more information on design investment. I saw some of your pictures online, which I think are absolutely beautiful. What was the process behind that? And give us a little bit more information about design investment.
Yeah, so I've been doing design for, wow, it's been almost 20 years, if not
Wow.
20 years written. And I met this amazing young lady from Baltimore. And I actually met her husband. And then her
Okay.
husband was like, you got to meet my wife. She's so dope. And at the time, I had kind of taken a break from design because I do a lot. Like I said, my hands was in a little bit of everything. And so when I met Falia, I call her Leah.
Yeah.
When I met Leah, she was a firecracker, young, talented, honest, kind-hearted. She has a gift. And I was like, look, let's do business together because I need someone that can come and
Have
help
that vision.
me
Yeah.
and whom I can help. We help each other. We're amazing, a kick-ass team, really.
I
And
love it. I love
I
it.
was like, that way I can still do my coaching, still do my retreats, still do my jewelry,
Yes.
and everything else that I have going on, but also be able to collab with her. So it's been amazing. We started it right before the new year, so you can imagine starting a new business and then COVID hit.
I love that.
But God has been good. We've been working, we've been inspiring each other. We've been getting some amazing clients.
I love
amazing
that.
clients.
It definitely
Okay.
shows through you for sure. Definitely
Yeah,
shows
so we're
through
having
you.
a lot of fun, and it's Design My Investment. We're on Instagram.
Yes.
Our website is designmyinvestment.com. It's really, really cool.
You guys make sure you go check out Christina's website, designmyinvestment.com. Some beautiful and amazing stuff, you guys. We're going to go to a quick break, and we'll be right back after the break.
The Chelley Roy Show. Welcome to the Chelley Roy Show. You're now tuned to the Chelley Roy Show. Off, vision, walk in, entrepreneur. Anything less is unacceptable. The Chelley Roy Show.
Hello.
What up, Shouty?
What's up?
Not much.
CeeLo's in town, and I'm meeting him today to look at some new clothes. We were on and off again, but now I think it's time to take the next step and talk to Lo about my dating life. It's time.
I flew in. I took the red eye from Los Angeles, and I got here about 6:30 this morning.
Aren't you just the best ex-husband in the world?
I think so.
I would say, for the most part, we have the same taste in clothes. Like, he gets me, and he has dressed me for as long as I've known him. Okay, so I need stuff for work. I need casual pieces for every day. You know, when I'm going to movies. I don't know, you know.
Who you going to the movies with?
So I was just thinking about maybe starting a date a little, possibly.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think?
I'm picking out clothes for you to go out on a date. Okay.
Every time I try to get in a relationship, he is not really ready to let me go completely. And it brings up a lot of emotion. It's hard to get over a person when you're constantly doing things the same.
I can't fit these shorts. They're too tight.
I like it, and I like it when you did that too, because you see the lining. That's dope.
This might be too much for a first date.
Dating, again, is tough as hell, but I'm ready.
I just feel like it's kind of time for me to find somebody.
You should wait forever on the right person.
Well, yeah, no, that's true. It's not like I'm saying I'm going to go out and just find somebody like today. I just mean, you know, you have to start looking, you know, get your mind right for that. Because you always say he would have big shoes to fill. You know what I'm saying? So.
Shoes with red bottoms to fill. You know, like, because it boils over into family, like a woman in your position. You know, we have children. I mean,
Right.
and so somebody would have to be accepting of an entire situation. The shared custody thing, I'm in LA a lot of the time for work. You know, my son is here with you.
Right.
And, you know, I would like to know that the person who's spending, you know, a considerable amount of time in your life, and of course his life as well, would be someone that I could trust. I mean, like with that responsibility.
Right. So I need to travel. Maybe you could send me to Italy. I could meet an Italian man.
I send you to Italy on the buddy pass.
Why?
I'm not paying for no ticket for you to go meet no Italian man.
Golly.
I mean, like, you know, family is family. Our bond is blood.
Right.
I don't move on.
Right.
You know, that would make me a rolling stone as opposed to, you know, a family tree. You
But
know what
I
I mean?
know, like,
I'm
you-
rooted where we are.
No, okay, so I get that. But you have someone, so it's like, I just feel
I have
like
someone that knows I have you.
fair is fair. Lo has a girlfriend. I want a boyfriend. It's time.
It's also been 8 years,
Right.
you know. So if you ask me, do I support you? I mean, like, all things considered, like I do. I definitely want you to be happy.
Right.
I just want somebody to make you happy. But then again, you know, I'm hoping in the next few years that they allow polygamy in the States, and I'll come back and I'll marry everybody.
I will. You are. I can't.
Thank you guys. Welcome back to the Chelley Roy Show. I am joined again with my guest all the way from Atlanta, Christina Johnson. Welcome back, Christina.
Chelley.
Yes, so
Your outfit.
yes, absolutely. I feel like we have to do this again. There's not enough time. There's so many amazing things that I want to talk about and also share with the audience. I know that you have a women's retreat coming up, which I'm very much interested in. Give us a little bit of information about the retreat, when it starts, and what the location and how we can get more information on it.
Well, this is my third retreat. It's called Amazing Me, Amazing Life, because when you feel amazing, you live amazing, your life reflects that. When you eat amazing and take care of yourself. So we hit all of that.
Yes.
We do a lot of healing of your past pain.
I love that.
A lot of forgiveness work. We have incredible speakers this year. We'll have
Wow.
actress Brayley Evans from Ambitions.
Okay.
We also
When is it from? From what time frame? The dates?
April 23rd.
April 23rd. Through the 26th?
Yes.
Okay.
2021. So this April coming up, April 23rd through the 26th, we can only take a limited amount of women, but
Okay.
it's also my birthday. So we'll be
Awesome.
celebrating life.
That's going to be
in
amazing.
Mexico.
So where would one go to get more information or to pay for the trip or to sign up?
You can go to my website, ChristinaSJohnson.com. You'll see Amazing Me, Amazing Life Retreat.
Okay.
Click on that or shop. It's on there too. You can do payment plans if you need to.
Okay.
Payment plan, you can pay it straight out, pay it every 2 weeks until
That's
it's time
awesome.
to go. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
So want to
appreciate
make
that,
it easy
especially
for us.
especially during COVID. So that's very, very helpful. So you guys make sure you go to ChristinaSJohnson.com and look up the retreat that's going to take place in April. Christina, let everybody else know what your social media handles are and how they can contact you.
Okay. On Instagram, it's Christina Johnson _. On Facebook, it's Christina Johnson. My website, everything is there, ChristinaSJohnson.com. Or I also have a YouTube channel you guys could go to. I actually posted today me and some other powerful women telling their testimony of faith on my YouTube channel. So please check it out. And Chelley, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much, friend. We will definitely connect again. You guys give it up for Miss Christina Johnson. Thank you so much, Christina. So much. So much.
Thank you so much. Do I just leave out?
Anything less is unacceptable. The Chelley Roy Show. Welcome to the Chelley Roy Show. You're now tuned to the Chelley Roy Show. Boss talk, fashion walk-in, multipreneur. Anything less is unacceptable. The Chelley Roy Show. Welcome to the Chelley Roy Show. You're now tuned to the Chelley Roy Show. Boss talk, fashion walk-in, multipreneur. Anything less is unacceptable. The Chelley Roy Show. Welcome to the Chelley Roy Show. You're now tuned to the Chelley Roy Show. Boss talk, fashion, walk-in, multipreneur. Anything less is unacceptable. The Chelley Roy Show. Welcome to the Chelley Roy Show. You're now tuned to the Chelley Roy Show. Boss talk, fashion, walk-in, multipreneur. Anything less is unacceptable. Chelley Roy Show. Welcome to the Chelley Roy Show. You're now tuned to the Chelley Roy Show. Boss talk, fashion, walk-in, multipreneur. Anything less is unacceptable. The Chelley Roy Show. Welcome to the Chelley Roy Show. You're now tuned to the Chelley Roy Show. Boss talk, fashion, walk-in, multipreneur. Anything less is unacceptable. Chelley Roy Show. Welcome to the Chelley Roy Show. You're now tuned to the Chelley Roy Show. Boss talk, fashion, walk-in, multipreneur. Anything less is unacceptable. The Chelley Roy Show.
Thank you. Welcome back to the Chelley Roy Show, guys. I am your host, Chelley Roy, and my next guest is founder and CEO of The Glam Squad. She's also done makeup for numerous Miss America pageants and various different pageants in the DMV. You guys help me welcome Miss Josie Valdez. Welcome, Josie.
Hi.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
No
It's
problem.
a beautiful place.
Thank you, thank you. You like my set?
I love
You
it.
love my tree?
Yes, I want the person's name because I need my tree done.
Her name is We the Chic, you guys.
Wow.
We the Chic. She's responsible for this amazing custom Christmas tree, you guys.
It's not very cute.
So how was your Thanksgiving?
It was great. I was working.
As always.
Yes. We were in Atlanta doing a pageant over there, so we drove
Nice.
with the Glam Squad.
Wow. So you guys drove?
Yes.
How many people do you have on your team?
So we have 20 people, but
Wow.
every Glam Squad requires different amount, and this was a very more smaller group, so
Right.
it was just two of us, and we had people in Atlanta. We have makeup artists that work for us there.
Oh,
so
wow.
We had
Wow.
a few people helping us.
That's awesome.
But because
Awesome.
of COVID, it's just really hard, you know.
Crazy. No, I can imagine. So before we jump into that, because I know we want to talk a lot about the makeup and the self-care, who is Josie Valdez and what's your story?
Well, Josie Valdez is a survivor. You know, I feel like I started very young.
Yeah.
I got married when I was 16. So a lot of people are like, what, 16? Is that even legal? Yes, it was legal.
Yeah.
I wasn't thinking.
Yeah.
But out of that, you know, I learned a lot. I had 3 beautiful kids.
Awesome.
I'm a grandmother as well.
Oh,
So,
congratulations.
you know, that is the best feeling on earth.
Trust
is, you
me,
know,
I know.
one, being a mother,
Yeah.
and also being a survivor. As, you know, the years went by, I just became from a little girl to a powerful woman. And,
That you
know,
are.
God just does things for a reason. And, you know, I don't regret anything that
I
happens.
love
I
it.
feel like, you know, again, like she said, you know, every breaking point was something that I feel like made me grow as a person.
Absolutely.
And as a mother.
Life experiences
Yes.
will definitely do that.
Yes, they do.
You are so beautiful.
Thank
so
you.
before Glam Squad was a thought, were you always this fabulous? Did you enjoy makeup, just being pretty? Like, how'd you come about with
Well,
the Glam
I always
Squad?
loved fashion. So
Yeah,
I always
I
loved
can tell.
fashion. I always liked to take care of myself, the new hairdos. I loved it all. So I feel like I had it all in my heart to make other women feel beautiful.
I love
because
that.
I love to do it myself. And the fashion, it was just inside me. Like every new shoe that came out, I had.
I
you
love
know?
it.
And so I think I embraced that as I went on. And my career really was as a property manager. I did 22 years in property management,
Okay.
all throughout the DMV area.
Mm-hmm.
So I always had my side business, and I always thought
You
of a
have
plan
to.
B. You really
You
do.
have to.
You know, and as a young mom, as a single mom
Yeah.
for almost all my life.
You definitely have to.
Yes.
Even before COVID, you had
Oh,
to
yes.
have, you know, multiple streams of income. So
Yeah.
that was very, very smart.
So I kept the makeup.
I love it.
Makeup.
No,
And,
that's
you know,
very,
look
very
where it led
smart.
me. Yes.
Beautiful. Absolutely. So talk to me about the pageant that you just did. How many girls were involved in the pageant? How do you guys go about selecting those young women?
Well, the pageant itself, this one was very small. I believe it was about 35 girls.
That's small?
Yes, we're used to doing
Wow.
147 and up girls.
Oh, wow. That's a lot.
We are
Okay.
the official glam squad of Miss World America 2019,
Nice.
2020, and
Ooh.
2021. However, this year we did virtual. Last year we did almost 147 girls.
Wow.
Makeup and hair,
That's a
through the
lot.
whole production, you know, zipping up dresses. Like my glam squad, you know, is amazing. And, you know, I've created a team of young girls who are blooming into
I
this
love it.
career, you know, and I loved it because I didn't have that, you know. Back then, you know, everybody was just, I would say, hating, you know, and I
Yeah.
hate that, you know,
Yeah.
and I am not that person. I open
No,
my
you
doors.
seem like a beautiful spirit. I
and,
could feel
you
that.
know, I just want people to progress in life.
I
you know?
love that.
Yes.
I love that. So with the makeup, I know for me, and you and I talked a little bit about this, about how it makes you feel good about yourself inside and out. The whole self-care thing, I feel like is very important. We can touch on so many different topics, from domestic violence to depression and things of that nature, but just having those little small tips of, you know, just how to quickly put your makeup on so that it makes you feel good. So talk to me a little bit about the work that you do with the hospitals and for the cancer patients.
Yes, so for over 6 years now, me and my glam squad volunteer time to do makeup to cancer patients and cancer survivors, and we go to Howard Hospital and we glam them up.
I love it.
They're getting their, you know, their work done,
I love
whether
it.
it's, you know, the mammo day, and we're just glamming them up,
love
giving
it.
them eyebrows, showing them, you know, how to do different things with themselves, and it just makes them feel so amazing. And
Such
that
a
to
humbling
me,
experience,
yes, it's
too.
the best feeling.
Yeah.
That is the best feeling. You know, I always tell people, like, imagine you waking up, you know, and just everything starts falling out. No eyebrows, no lashes. Like, it is
Oh my
traumatizing
God, that
as
is
a
so
woman,
true.
and I know it's traumatizing as a male as well, you know, because males also get it. And just that little thing that I do for them and our Glam Squad is so amazing and so
It's
like
necessary.
heart-filling, and it is very necessary. And
It's
so I
necessary.
do recommend everyone to at least, you know, show some help and some love to these people because they need it, and that makes them sometimes overcome. You know, there's been patients that are in stage 4, but because they have that love
Wow,
and they
yes.
have that, you know, support, they overcome it. They do.
I can
And
only
it's
imagine.
just by loving.
Thankful.
Yes.
Very thankful.
Yes.
So how has COVID impacted your business, if it's impacted it at all? Because
Yes.
like we said, there's a huge need for, you know, the self-care and things
Yes.
of that nature. So have you
Yes.
been impacted at all?
I was impacted. In the beginning, it was very bad. I didn't know what to do, and I'm a go-getter. I'm a hustler. So I was
can
like, what's
tell.
plan B? Okay, let me learn how to make masks. So my daughter actually knows how to sew. I'm like, okay, you have to teach me. So she taught me. I went and I got my $80 machine from Walmart.
Wow.
And I put that $80 machine to work. I had 60 to 100 orders of masks a day.
Wow.
I was kind of, I want to say, the only one in the DMV making masks because the
Yeah.
material was gone. There was no elastic, and I made it happen, you know. And again, there is something out there for you. And, you know, sometimes during this COVID, people are stressed, people are depressed, and, you know, they don't know what to do. There's so many ways.
It really is.
You know, right now, network marketing is the biggest thing. You know, learn how to do
Agreed.
things. You know, get up and attempt to it. If you don't attempt, you're not going to know what you have, what talents you have. You know, some of us have hidden talents that we don't know about, and
I agree
people
with
definitely
that.
need to learn that.
I agree with that. What's one of the memorable moments in doing makeup that kind of sticks with you and something that you take along with you?
Well, what I take along with me, you know, the cancer patients really touch my heart, you know,
Yeah.
and one of them happens to be one of my patients, which I used to do makeup for a while, you know. She was a 25-year-old girl, and every Christmas we donate to the cancer patients and their families. And
Wow.
so I load up the truck and I give everybody the gifts. And
That's
we
so
go out
awesome.
to like different areas, you know, areas that very humble people that live in trailers that, you know, the kids only have one toy. So we were going to drop it off and they said that she had passed away. So that was
Oh,
like very
wow.
heartbreaking for myself, you know, because she's young, you know, she didn't deserve this.
Absolutely.
However, you know, we made her feel very happy during this whole time.
That's good.
And she felt good. She didn't look sick. You know, I taught her
Wow.
how to do her eyebrows. I taught her how to like kind of self-care with her skin. So she looked fabulous.
Wow.
However, you know, it was her time to go, and may she rest in peace. But that was one of the most memorable moments because I was with her throughout
Yeah.
this process of
I can
of
only
healing.
imagine. Yeah,
Yes.
definitely. Humbling too.
Yes. extremely.
Gratification for sure.
It is, extremely.
Very much so.
Yes.
What would you say is some of your success habits?
My success habits really have been, you know, my children motivate me.
Yeah.
Like my children have motivated me to be this strong woman that I am.
know
If
they're
relationships, you know, that yes, they all motivate me. And I would say every person that's been in my life that has come through Josette has really impacted me in a lot of ways. Either I learned from them and I moved on, but those are the people that actually made who I am now, to be honest with you. And
Agreed.
I'm grateful for every single one of them. You know,
Absolutely.
I hold no grudges. I just, you know, thank God and thank for them
I
to
love
come
it.
into my life. Yes.
I love it. What advice would you give to an aspiring makeup artist?
I would say never give up. Never give up. You know, there's so many things that you can do with makeup. You know,
So true.
look up photographers. There's so many photographers that want to get their photography out there. And this is the best
That's a
way
good
for you to,
point.
you know, go out and say, hey, I want to give my work out. And that's how I started. I said, listen, I have this makeup kit. I'm going to make it work.
I love
invested $800 in MAC stuff and I put it to work. Contacted different, you know, magazines.
That's a
different,
good point,
Different
yeah.
areas in the DMV that help.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm one of the ones. So if you reach out to me and you say, Josie, you know, how do I
love
become
that.
a makeup artist or how can I get in your glam squad? I'm going to let you know, and I'm going to definitely put you on.
I love
you
that.
know,
Giving back.
Giving back, but also like the makeup artists need to get it. You know, you can't just sit and feel like the work is going to come to you. You
That's
need to
true.
go and look for it. You need to like learn your social media, get good quality pictures, because that's the best thing. When you have good quality, you have best results. And
No,
that's
I
how
agree.
I see.
I
know?
agree. You definitely have to believe in yourself,
Yes.
and it's definitely an investment in self.
It
So
is.
those
And
two things are very important.
in life, you know, there's a lot of makeup artists that, you know, they don't like their makeup. Hey, but listen, what is it that they don't like about it? I always ask my client, please let me know if you don't like anything, you know, and learn. There's makeup tricks and tips
Yeah.
that I even learn and I
Right.
teach, you know, and it's just never giving up, for sure.
Right, of
Never
course. And then it's information that's going to help you grow. So that's always helpful. What else is it about Josie that we may not know about, or that I may not have asked?
Well, as you know, I am a great mother.
Yes.
I am a great mother, but also I am a great mother. I'm a hustler and I'm a designer. And
love
my
it.
stuff has made it to New York Fashion
That could
Week,
be a
and I'm
hook.
so proud of it, you know, because everybody's like, what don't you do?
Yeah.
Yes, while I learned how to make masks, I learned how to make clothes. So
You
I was
have
like, hey,
to.
I had to do it. And my designs went to New York Fashion Week. It
I love
was
that.
virtual. However, I
Awesome.
was an emerging designer, and I made it to the NASDAQ billboards. And that was
That's
the
good
most
stuff.
amazing experience of my life, you know, being able to showcase my pieces. And now, thanks to that, Macy's is looking, you know, to possibly have my collections in the store. So that is the best feeling on earth. You
That's
know,
awesome.
I had dreams of doing this as a little girl, and it's crazy because, you know, never give up on your dreams. And
You
one thing,
can't.
always believe in
Yep.
that one person, and it's God, because God will make it happen.
Absolutely.
You know, like I have my hairs are like popping
The
up because
chills,
let
yeah.
me tell you, He
No, it's true. You
is my
definitely have
everything,
to
and
believe.
I talk to Him. He is my best friend, and I let Him know. You know, when I make mistakes now, I just talk to Him, and
Absolutely.
that's it. You know, and brush things off,
Yeah.
because when you hold grudges, you know, you never advance in life. And
Yeah, no, life is too short. I think you're doing it the right way, putting God first, and definitely having, you know, that open dialogue like you and I are having. I mean,
Yes.
it's just that intimate, you know, just having that conversation. But I love everything you're doing. And like I
you.
said before, it definitely has to come from within. The belief and the desire
Yes.
to push forward, and believing in yourself is very important, because even if no one else believes in you, you have to have that strong belief.
Yes.
So that's very important.
you know, and also putting yourself in a good circle of friends. You
Oh,
know,
absolutely.
Motivators, people that are bigger than you.
Absolutely.
Because that's what also represents and makes you as a person, is making sure that you pick and choose your friends.
I love that. Definitely. You have to have someone to plug into.
Yes.
Not just always being a generator where
Yes.
people can plug into you.
Oh,
It
yes.
needs to be both ways.
Oh,
You know what I
yes.
mean? Where you can get that motivation and inspiration from. So I really love that.
Yes, you're right.
Definitely. Let everybody know what your social media handles are and where we can contact you.
Okay, so my website is josiesfaces.com. I will have a lot of my designs featured soon.
Okay.
A lot of things are going on magazines, so we're unable to put them up. As well as Josie's Faces at Josie's Faces. josiesfaces.com.
Okay.
And also you can look me up on Facebook at Josie Valdez or Josie's Faces. So everything is Josie's Faces, guys.
You have to be
Yes,
simple
I brand
and
just Josie's
consistent.
Faces.
No,
Yes.
that's what it's about. No, I appreciate that.
Yes.
And then we also have some giveaways that we're going to be
Yes.
giving away, and we'll be announcing that after the show.
Yes.
So some amazing giveaways.
I think we
Did you
should do
want to
this.
talk a little? Go ahead. Yep.
Why don't we get someone, well, let's get the public, whoever has the most likes on your most recent picture and reposts that and tags 3 friends, I will keep an eye on it and we can
Okay.
select a winner there.
Okay.
How you like that?
I like that.
good?
Repeat that again for the
So
audience.
basically the first picture that is on Chelley's Instagram, the most likes and the most reposts will be the winner.
I love that.
Okay? And I will be checking on that for sure.
Perfect.
And tag myself as well so that I know what's going on. And they'll get a big kit Basically,
Perfect.
it's about this big, full of makeup, foundations, contour, brushes. I have so many goodies, let me tell you.
Yes.
I have skin sponsors.
I love it.
Have a lot of things to give away.
I
So
love
I'm
it. You
ready to
guys
give
go
it.
like that picture.
Yes.
Share and comment,
Share,
you
share,
guys.
share, and like.
Share, share, share. Thank you so much, Josie,
Welcome. Thank
for
you.
coming on the show.
Yes, thank
We'll
you.
go to a quick break, you guys. Yeah.
The Chelley Roy Show. Welcome to the Chelley Roy Show. You're now tuned to the Chelley Roy Show. Boss talk, fashion, walk-in, multipreneur. Anything less is unacceptable. The Chelley Roy Show. Welcome to the Chelley Roy Show. You're now tuned to the Chelley Roy Show. Boss talk, fashion, walk-in, multipreneur. Anything less is unacceptable. The Chelley Roy Show. Welcome to the Chelley Roy Show. You're now tuned to the Chelley Roy Show. Boss talk, fashion, walk-in, multipreneur. Anything less is unacceptable. The Chelley Roy Show. Welcome to the Chelley Roy Show.
Thank you guys. Welcome back to the Chelley Roy Show. My next guest is a R&B producer. He's been in the music entertainment business for years. He's produced music for artists such as Mary J. Blige, Nas, the Notorious B.I.G., and most recent, Miss Candace Dillard from the Housewives of Potomac. You guys help me welcome Grammy-nominated hitman producer himself, Mr. Carl Chucky Thompson. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Same with you. I feel like there's so many questions I have to ask, but in such a short amount of time. Who is Mr. Chucky Thompson and what's your story?
Well, I'm a Cancer.
Okay. Yay. Yay.
I'm a Washingtonian.
All right.
Born and raised Northwest Detroit Park.
Okay. Okay.
I'm
Love
a
it.
musician.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a father.
Oh,
I'm a grandfather.
congratulations. Congratulations.
And you know, overall, I'm a nut.
Yeah.
You know, I love music to the point where I probably it takes up maybe 90% of my brain, and it's only 10% left
Yeah.
for everything else. So, you know, I'm just in it.
You know what? I can definitely relate, and I get it. I mean, in order to be great, you have to spend a certain amount of time being great. But not just that. Music for me, and I'm sure you can relate because you're a producer, it's soothing to the soul. You know what I mean?
You have to have it. I mean, you know what? It's crazy. I don't know who pushed the button for music to be out of schools.
Yeah.
But that's the craziest thing to me. Like, that's what I spent most of my time is in the band room or just around music to get away from the, you know, math and English. I mean, you have to have those things.
Just to have that balance.
That break to be creative.
I love it.
You know,
That's
it's
true.
what shaped my life and a lot of other kids. Like, it was a lot of bad kids.
Yeah.
That wound up, you know, being in the band and being in certain situations with music, and like these guys are incredible now. You know, and I know that they were like, you know, it was a thin line.
Absolutely.
And music just saved their lives. So I'm just not understanding how it's working.
I agree.
Now, I mean, nobody's in school now.
Right.
I'm
But just
hoping
in
that,
general.
you know, the parents are at least keeping the music in their lives and things like that. Yeah.
It's definitely soothing, I tell you. I mean, when I'm getting my makeup done, getting my eyelashes done, the music is playing in the background and it just changes the tone. It makes you feel good.
Have you ever played an instrument before?
I have not.
You need to play.
Not.
Everybody needs to play an instrument, man.
You know what?
Like
I always wanted to play the piano, though.
Yeah, that's like, it's a stress reliever.
Any
Even
instrument?
If you're just goofing around.
Any instrument?
Any instrument that you want or is fascinated by. Like,
okay.
I was fascinated by drums.
Okay.
I mean, you can see all of this. I'm seasoned. So I grew up listening, you know, watching Soul Train and watching,
yes.
you know, the Isley Brothers and Michael Jackson.
Where would we be without Soul Train?
You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
And that just drove me. So my cousin took me to a music store, and I went nuts just seeing the guitars like live.
Wow.
And I'm self-taught, so it's one of those things where I saw a guitar and I remember what it sounded like, and but I'm only like 5 or 6, and I'm like,
that's amazing.
Trying
that's
to figure it out, you know. But I figured it out. Then I saw a piano, and I said, wait a minute, the guitar is a little more difficult, but if I can just touch this, and I started playing piano.
That's good. So you can pretty much play every instrument.
I started with drums, guitar, bass, and then I played trombone in school.
Okay.
So I went to Dunbar, I went to Shaw.
Woohoo! So did I. Dunbar Crimson Tide.
It's craziness. So, I mean, that's, you know, and then playing on a lot of go-go bands. Like, I started in the streets with music. So, you know, that was my release. That's what I said. If I didn't have music, there's no telling where my life would be. Yeah.
I agree. I definitely agree with that. It's soulful to the soul. It's moving. It's feel good, and also I appreciate everything that you're doing with the culture because it's needed. You know, we definitely need our go-go. It's a different sound. It's a different feeling, different move to it. So that's important also. Before we get into the new music that you just recently produced for Miss Candace Dillard, out of all of the artists that you've worked with, who would you say was the most exciting to work with? Or
I mean, it's crazy. It would have to be Notorious B.I.G.
Yes.
Only because his energy. Okay, here's a New York guy. Most New Yorkers are 100% New York. Just like me, I'm 100% DC. I probably would be one of those kids that would still be on the block if I didn't leave and just get away to Baltimore. You know, right next door. But to meet Big, and it's the same thing. But he understood DC. He understood Maryland. He understood Detroit. You know what I'm saying? A lot of New Yorkers, they're just about New York. So to see that is really the reason why I made a record like Big Papa. It was a trick.
Yeah.
You know, you got to think about it. New York at that time and what was happening in the culture, just with the West Coast becoming what they were. Yeah. And we were all caught up in that culture. It was like that's what was happening in the generation. So to see this dude
I love it.
And to catch his energy and to trick him, I said, you know what? Let me just put this sound in here and just see where it goes. And I
You did an
mean, he
amazing
took
job.
the bait.
It's still trending.
Yeah, that was amazing to me how he just took the bait. He never knew that was my thinking behind it. Like to this day, I never had that conversation with him. But
Wow.
it was
That's
just
amazing.
a trick, yeah.
Yeah. Now you have to be good at what you do, though.
Yeah.
That influence. So I appreciate that. Before we go to a break, can we play Chucky's new track with Candace? We have that to play. That was dope too.
Oh.
That's it.
You know I see you. Got you. Ooh, yeah, hey, baby.
It's nothing like go-go. It's such a vibe.
I don't know what heals a heart or where to start to describe how much I love you. I don't know what's tomorrow.
So what was this like? Did you have to get them to record separately? Did you have to have them both in the studio?
You know what's crazy? It was a song that she already had done.
Oh, okay.
Right. So Iron Waller, Big Daddy Iron,
Okay.
on the radio down in DC. So he has a bright idea. He says, you know what? I've been talking to Candace. You don't know her, but I just feel like you guys could do something amazing. And I said, you know what, Iron, you never call me, bro, for nothing. Like,
Right.
we always have our conversations about music, and that was
Right.
it. But like, he always kept the business line.
Separate.
So for him to call me and like say, you know what, I think this is something
It was a good
we
move.
should do.
Yeah.
And I said, you know what, I'm gonna follow your lead, Aaron. And so she brought the song, and I just tried to figure. First off, she was trying to do it for Howard Homecoming. I think she went to Howard. She's an
okay.
alumni, and we were trying to rush to get it done for the homecoming, and that's where the whole go-go thing came
Makes
in.
sense. Yep. Mm.
But you know, I'm one of the original founders of the Backyard Band. A lot of people don't know that.
Didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, so the manager, Coop, had brung me in early in when they were just kids, and it was like
Okay.
100 of them. It was a bunch of friends in the band. And once I saw Gang and I saw the potential in the group,
Wow.
I said, you know what? Let me shape and fix it. And I mean, I was working with them maybe like 91.
Wow.
I signed my contract with Bad Boy at 93.
That's amazing.
But the things that I had taught them before I left, I didn't know they were listening. I come back to the city, they were like the #1
They're
band in the
doing
city.
it. I love it.
You know, so it was only right for me to involve them in this song.
I agree.
You know,
That
I
makes
just
sense.
feel like, you know, we need as much light as possible. And here's a situation where she wants to use go-go.
Yeah.
And
Perfect.
the go-go that's closest to me is these guys. So I found a loop of one of their shows, and I just put it together. My partner, my writing partner, is a guy named Uno, Kevin Blackman. He wrote Chuck Baby. He wrote the Love record with Jill Scott.
Wow.
Like, he's my go-to
Gotcha.
when it comes to any records that happen from this city, because he understands songs and he understands,
That's dope.
you know, the local crank thing. So then you bring all of those things together. I mean, and Candace, like, I heard her voice and I thought she was amazing.
She does have a beautiful
know,
voice. I agree.
I never watched the show. You know what I'm saying? I never caught on to anything that was happening in the show. I just met her, and the energy that I got from her as far as us working together to do this song, it was amazing to me. I even
good.
had a couple of people come through just to co-sign, you know, a couple of go-go, there's actually an artist, Michelle Blackwell,
Okay.
who's like heavy as a female artist
Yeah.
in the go-go scene. So I had her come by, and I mean, Michelle is never gonna fake with me.
That's
She
good.
basically said, you know, she got it. I mean,
That's
it's
good.
nothing. And we wrapped the record up, you know. I had Ging come in and, you know, Mr. Glover come in and just throw it down, you know.
No, that's amazing.
Yeah, you know,
It's a dope record for sure.
I appreciate
and
that, and it actually just got added on HUR now, so it's in rotation now. Yeah.
Okay, no, that's a dope record, and like you said, I'm big on energy and alignment, so I could tell that the energy was there because you could hear it in the music, which is I think is super dope.
Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. So, what artists are you interested in working with next? Like, who's next on your hit list?
You know what? I'm fascinated by a lot of the younger artists.
Okay.
Because, you know, it's amazing to me that these kids, they have their own ways of finding the classic music.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, they're figuring it out.
They are.
And some of them are super influenced by it to the point where, okay, here's a person like me. Well, I'm all over the place. Like, I'm a big kid. I'm gonna just be real.
Nothing wrong with that.
So
yeah.
my energy is, you know, if I had a nickname, it would probably be Zzz. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I'm nuts.
It's
with it.
nothing wrong with that.
So-
Absolutely not. Yeah.
I can vibe with that.
Yeah.
You know, I can understand sometimes where a lot of the older guys, you know, they look at the younger music and they're like, yeah, that's this and that and that. Yeah, that's why. Because your life is over here.
Mm-hmm.
If you bring it, you know, Chuck Brown was one of my mentors.
Yeah.
And one of his keys to it was always, man, Chuck, I hang around young people. That's
true.
the fountain of youth.
They
It's
do
an
keep you-
energy
keep you
when you
young.
hang with younger people.
I agree.
Because they're not old.
I agree.
You know,
I
but
so
then
agree.
it's that thing where, you know, somewhere in there's been older people are old and younger people are young. It's like, but when you look at a record like Thriller,
Mm-hmm.
that to me is timeless. How can you play Beat It in front of a bunch of kids that know nothing about Michael Jackson?
Exactly.
And they go nuts like it's a brand new record. It's basically because it's two frequencies that brung that record together. You got Quincy Jones, that's the older
That's true.
frequency.
Yeah.
Then you got Mike, that was the younger. Same with Notorious Big.
Yeah.
You know, we used a lot of those older loops and older records. This dude passed away at 24.
I know.
So he was
So
young, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So that you know, that cross in the frequencies is what makes these records survive. So I'm just big on that. Like, I feel like old plus old
Yeah.
equals old.
Yeah.
Two old dudes make an old record.
Yeah.
Man, them young kids kicking with that. You know what I'm saying?
No, I get it.
And
No,
the
that
same
concept
goes with
makes
young
sense.
people. If
Yeah.
two young people making a record, it might not appeal to old. But when you start to blend it together,
Yeah.
it's bigger. It'll
Yeah.
last
It turns
longer.
into something beautiful.
Yeah,
No,
so
I definitely.
Those
get
are the
that.
people that I want to work with. I
Okay.
just like, I like
Okay.
that young energy. you know?
Well, I know they're watching. I know they'll be knocking for sure.
Oh yeah, but you got to bring it though.
Oh, of course.
Right, 'cause I will
absolutely
curse
got to
them
come
out in
right.
10
Yes.
seconds.
Yes.
Have
Absolutely
fun
got to
doing
come
it.
right. No, I completely agree. So what's next for you?
Oh,
Is it
well,
any
next
acting
for-
or documentaries?
That's what's
Like,
happening.
What's
I'm
next?
doing a lot of documentary
Okay.
music and soundtrack work. My partner is Kirk Frazier. I
Okay.
don't know if you know about Kirk Frazier, but he did the 30 for 30 with Lynn Byers.
Ah, okay. Okay.
And he also did the Rayful Edmonds
Got it.
movie,
Okay.
the
I've
DC
seen that.
movie. And he also was one of the creators of American Gangster for BET.
Oh, okay.
So we're in the midst
Good
of doing a
background,
couple
yeah.
of documentaries. One that's actually out right now is on UMC,
Okay.
Bob Johnson's
I love that
network.
channel. Yeah.
And it's a series called The Naked Hustle.
The Naked Hustle.
Yeah,
okay.
so it's like
You guys look out
6
for that. The Naked Hustle on UMC.
Yeah, it's like 6 episodes, but it breaks down basically the whole science of that whole strip club life, from the music to how these girls exit the game, you know, to
Yeah.
the culture of it. So we cover all of those bases, but I did all of the, you know, me
That's
and my
awesome.
team of producers actually have my sons working with me now.
That's awesome. That's dope.
You know, but that's what
So
we're
much
doing right
amazing
now.
stuff for sure. Before we close out, tell everybody what your social media handles are and
Okay.
how they can contact you.
All right, well, Facebook is one. I'm under Chucky Thompson.
Okay.
There's probably a couple of them out there.
Yeah.
But look for the one that looks like me. And Chuck Life, at Chuck Life 365 is my Instagram. and just, hit me up. Hit me up.
Awesome. You guys hit Mr. Hitman Chucky Thompson up. So you guys, I want to thank you so much. You guys have been a great audience. Thank you so much to Miss Christina Johnson, Miss Josie Valdez, and Mr. Chucky Thompson.
Thank you. This
Thank
was
you
an
guys.
amazing show today.
Talk to you soon.